Okay, my last part. And so now that you came out in the open and you could walk around without being beat up so far, life is great?
Life is great. Not just for this, a whole bunch of things. As I say, the nation as a whole, I think, has matured. We are far more accepting, far more tolerant. Religious freedom has meant that people can, if they wish, believe, as long as they're not forcing it down me. And most of the cross-dressing is the chapter in Deuteronomy. I can never remember if it's 5:22 or 22:5. I usually have to look both places to find it, but it's the verse, the bit of the Bible that says that God hates people who cross-dress.
Hate people? I thought you only hate gays.
No. No. That's usually in Leviticus, I think, is where God hates gays.
Oh my God. I mean, everybody is different. How come we can't? See, I always said, if 50 years ago, I always quote this, if there would have been no niggers, frogs, wagon burner, fruits, everybody would have been treated equally. We wouldn't be in this mess that we're in now. Equal. Like, everybody should be treated equally.
I think we're getting there. The United States has quite a ways to go.
But a black president, wow.
Yeah, but they still
racism.
Well, they won't have a black president after the next election. I think because we're not into that.
No,
we're not talking about that today.
No.
Back to this country.
Yes. Thank you.
I think we've made great progress. We now have marriage. Anybody who loves another person can get married, regardless of
race, color, gender.
Race, color, gender. Yeah, we used to have miscegenation laws to prohibit interracial marriages. Now.
Oh yeah, that was a big faux pas.
But a whole bunch of things, like I'm much more mature now than I was 50 years ago. I pretty much understand as much as I can. If you'd let me, I'd go on for, in boring detail about, the stuff I've found from research. I know you stopped me a couple of times.
That'll be worse than me when I made my speech here.
Yeah, but at any rate, yeah, I'm very happy. I could be happier, but I'm very happy.
Have you thought of approaching Keith Ashfield to pass a bill to have protection for you and others cross-dressers?
You don't want my opinion of Keith Hatfield.
No?
No, I've written him letters on various and sundry things. I have yet to receive a response from him.
Well, I'm going to ask him next time I see him with this video and see what he says about rights.
Well, the last time I wrote a letter, it was, I thought we should keep the gun registry, and I told Keith Ashfield that if he was representing my thoughts, if he was my representative, he should vote to keep the gun registry. And I sent a copy of that letter to Jack Layton. Jack Layton acknowledged my letter with a very well thought out, and it wasn't just a form. The points I'd brought up had been repeated back to me, so he probably had somebody write that for him.
Well, you're in the opposition, you could probably do that.
But still in all, he's not my representative. He's not the person who represents my constituents.
Have you approached Keith Ashfield about cross-dressing law?
No, I figured the Harpers is hopeless on that.
No, but we must know Keith Ashfield's views on this.
Why? What are his views?
I don't know. I'm going to find out. Next time I see him, that's the first question I'm going to ask him.
I gather that were it he in place instead of Andy Scott, we probably would have had a different vote on the same-sex marriage legislation.
And Andy Scott got assaulted because of that, remember?
Yes, well, partly because of that. And Andy Scott was the sort of representative, I think, that Fredericton somehow was very, very lucky in having him. He was a person who started out with one mindset, but he listened to the facts as they were presented across the country, and eventually he realized he was wrong, and he was man enough to change his mind.
Yep, he was good.
And a lot of people held that against him. Yep. Usually the rabid people who,
But he could have been there for life, MP.
I think so, but it would have been frustrating for him. The day after the election that he didn't run in, I saw him at the market. I said, "You must be one of the happiest men in the city," and he agreed with me.
Listen, Tony, it was a pleasure.
And a pleasure too. Thank you.
And I hope that a lot of my readers are educated on your issue, cross-dressing. I know I am. I got educated, and I wish to thank you very, very much.
And thank you.
Talk to you later.